Good evening and welcome back to Prime of Midlife. It's Sunday evening, I am almost prepared for work, and this evening we are talking self care, looking after yourself, don't be a hero, and I am certainly no domestic goddess. Yeah, that about covers it. And why I want to talk about that is since I actually had the proper break in air, I have realised that you need to stop. And it's all very well doing the little stops, but sometimes they're not enough. So when you have things to do, and I mean, don't get me wrong, we've all got things to do. Just looking at my week, it basically runs Monday to Friday. I work. I work hard. I come in from the office. I have something to eat, and I just want to go play. Sometimes I can do that. Other times there's stuff that needs to be done, like I need to go and see mum, or I need to put on a wash, or I need to actually cook dinner, which I have to say I'm getting better at avoiding cooking dinner because I batch cook. So that has helped. But looking back a few months, when I was volunteering at the radio station, and then I was running through to see Patrick, there was also stuff that I had to do after Dad died. There was a few months there where even my Saturdays or Sundays weren't my own. And it's very difficult to try and work that out because you don't want to become a hermit because that's not good for you either. But you also want to make sure that you've got time for yourself so that you're not rushing about in the time that you've got in between the things that you have to do. I hope that made sense. I knew what I meant anyway. So just tonight I was sitting thinking, because Patrick came through this afternoon, this morning, as you know, I got the shopping. I did the shopping so that I have got lunch prep for this week at work, so I'm not chasing about trying to find lunches. I've got my washing done, ready to go to work next week. So, and obviously I've got stuff in the freezer for eating next week, so I'm pretty much sorted there. And Patrick came through and we had some dinner, and had I thought of dinner? No, don't be silly, I was doing a Sunday veg. So I managed to magic some dinner up. There is a video about it which I will try and link. And I did the pork where I just fry up an onion and throw in some flour and make a sauce and things. As I say, there's a video. I will throw it up at some point in this video. And I was like, oh, that was actually quite nice. We did, had no clue what I was doing beforehand, but managed to throw it together. And that's because I had the stuff here. But there's still bits that I could do. I mean, I could tidy up the kitchen a bit, trust me. There's bits lying all over here. The dishwasher needs emptied, it needs restacked with the dinner plates from tonight, etc. And that was when I decided I am no domestic goddess by any manner of means. And looking back, for ladies of a certain age, like my age, there was all this thing in the 80s that we could have it all. There was the power suits, there was the domestic goddess thing that you can do this. There was so many, not so much pressures, but so many stories telling us, oh, you can do all this if you just try this, and if you just try that, and if you just organise yourself better. And I've stopped doing that. I know, right, it's taken me a few years to realise that's what I've stopped doing. I mean, I was never any good at it in the first place. But do you know something? Now I don't care. Expectations for so many of us are way too high. And it's time to start looking after ourselves. Because as Patrick and I were saying, as we get older, and certainly I'm now looking at, when I retire, how am I going to support myself? What have I got that is going to keep me going? Because pretty much there's not going to be much pension, is there? So it's things like, right, I can get preps now, I have a choice with this home. I can either spend a lot of money on it and make it look like a show home and have it perfect and everything like that, or I can do what I do with my clothes and do what I do with my preps. Keep what is usable and use what is usable and save the rest. Give myself a nest egg, give myself the self-confidence that I can look after myself in later years. And I don't need to look like $1 million to do that. My house doesn't need to look $1 million to do that. I just need to look after myself, and that means making sure I'm comfortable and taking some time to myself and enjoying the company of those I enjoy the company of. So yeah, that was my thought for this evening was, especially if you're around about my age, you will remember the 80s where women could have it all and men could have it all. We could all do this, that, and the next things, and there was all the yuppies and everything like that. And it's certainly not that anymore. So first and foremost, we need to look after ourselves so that we can continue to look after ourselves and each other. So if you need to take a break, you take a break. If you need to have a Sunday where you don't go and visit family or you don't have family over, you just actually take some time to look after yourself and give yourself a chance to recharge your batteries, then that's what to do. Because what I did notice was on Thursday or Friday when I put up that video of coming in from work and just reality bites, I was exhausted. And there were so many comments on that video going, Karen, you're so tired, take some time. Karen, look after yourself. Well, now Karen is telling you, look after yourself. Take some time and make sure you're okay so that you can continue to help yourself and help others. So yeah, that's my wee Sunday night. I hope you're having a good evening, and I'll catch you later.